So, Dr. Shiva, I was wondering what your opinion is on the Second Amendment.
I'm a big proponent of the Second Amendment, and I'm a proponent of it for two reasons. First of all, the Second Amendment is what was really put in force by the founders to make sure that we as people could protect ourselves from the government. That's why it was in there. And the other part of it that I also want to address is that there's been a lot of fake science around people attacking guns as a cause of these gun rampages. And you may know I'm a systems scientist, and I look at everything as a complex systems problem. Now, what's really important to understand is that when you take a systems approach to understanding these gun rampages, you'll find out some of the best work done by some very good multifactorial systems scientists who looked at it out of UMass. It actually shows that there are five factors that lead to these gun rampages, which, you know, hit the big news. By the way, no one talks about people killing each other in inner cities, those gun crimes. People really talk about those gun rampages. So I want to talk about that because that's the one that gets the big publicity, and people always saying, oh, we got to disarm everyone because of these guns. Well, the system study that I'm speaking about, what it showed is that there are actually five factors which cause these gun rampages. One of them was social isolation. The second was bullying. The third was that the school teachers would look the other way when they clearly saw someone having a problem. The fourth was that the student came from a history of psychological problems. And then the fifth was access to guns. Okay, so there are five issues. And what this research found was that if you remove any one of those factors, any one of them, independently, you could have stopped these gun rampages. So there's five ways you could have stopped these gun rampages, one of them being access to guns. However, what the mainstream media and frankly, the liberal elites do is they just focus on removing guns. And what I don't understand is, by choosing that, you've created this pro-gun, anti-gun, left-right dialectic when you could focus on the other four issues. The issues having to do with the drugs, the issues having to do with social isolation, the issues having to do with adults aren't doing the job and the psychological things. So my view is we should really focus on the fact of any of those other four issues, and why are we creating divisiveness by pro-gun, anti-gun, when the Second Amendment is one of the most important things for a democracy to survive. So I'm supportive of the Second Amendment, and without the Second Amendment, we're all screwed because we let the state do whatever it wants, and the Second Amendment was created so we could protect ourselves from an overreaching state. I'm a big pro-Second Amendment guy.
Thank you.
Vote for Dr. Shiva Ayyadurai on September 1st.